Ladies and gentlemen, all the time that you've been waiting for is here. I know all of us are anxious to hear from His Excellency. Let us together stand as we welcome His Excellency to say some words to us.
Thank you very much. Please. Thank you very much. Very kind of you. Please have your seats. Respected elders, young people, children, members of the four communities that surround this meeting. Today, I am very pleased. I feel humble and honored that you can come out, so many of you can come out in rain, not to listen to me, but to share with me your thoughts, your views, and your ideas. Today, like I've said in all the communities I went to over the last 3 days, it is not about us coming here and giving long speeches and talking to you. It is more us coming here and understanding what you're facing, coming here and understand your challenges, coming here and understand how would you like your future to evolve, to listen to you, to hear your ideas, to bring you along this development path that we are building for our country, our one Guyana, a country in which there must be no difference whether you live on the coast, the hinterland, or the riverine areas. You all of us, belong to one Guyana and development and prosperity. Many times, there are persons who sit in fancy offices and they don't understand the specific circumstances and challenges that you face. For example, they don't know that Sandcrete sits in a valley, and when you have rain for 2 years, they can't have agriculture for 2 years. They don't know that the condition of the road can change overnight for you in these communities. That villages can be cut off for days if you have 2 days or 3 days of rainfall. Those are the challenges that you live with every single day, and those are the challenges we must work with you to overcome in building stronger societies, more sustainable communities, and resilient communities. And that is the journey we're talking about. When we support you, when we come here and we talk about specific initiatives to help the children with grants, to help families living in the riverine and hinterland communities, when we come here with a specific grant to help you because of COVID, those are grants that are essential to your survival. Those are grants that are responsive to your vulnerability. Those are not handouts. In every single society, the most basic understanding of developmental studies will tell you that you must be able to have social safety nets that address the vulnerability of communities, address the vulnerability of different people. Otherwise, you will have a country in which development and growth brings with it great disparity and inequality, and we cannot allow our country to suffer from inequality and disparity that separate us by tiers in this country. I am not willing to lead a government that will see this happen. That is why we will invest heavily in transforming your future, ensuring we build the conditions, ensuring we build the facilities that will give you an equal shot at life. Because you are no different from any other Guyanese, whether you are from Region 9 or Region 4. We are building one Guyana that must bring social prosperity, economic prosperity, food security, energy security to every single home, to every single family. I am not here to evaluate what the opposition say about me or what the opposition say about the government. I am not here to respond to the nonsense that you hear them say every day. I am here to define a pathway through which we are working positively to make your life better. Work with you to give you the best possible opportunities. Work with you to enhance your community. Work with you to build path. This is the path that I want all of us to embrace each other with. You see, it is easy, and these are a lot of your very good Christians in many of the communities today. We had the opportunity to sing hymns with them because today is a religious day. And many people say, oh, we believe in God. We are all creation of God. But when God said He made us in His own image and likeness, it is not a lying statement. Because in His image and likeness, there is no difference in color. There is no difference in ethnicity. There is no difference in community. There is no difference in rich and poor. The difference comes when you do things that bring envy, malice, that destroys peace. So we all have a responsibility. We are all part of a bigger family. Even bigger than the Guyanese family. We are part of the family of humanity. And when we start understanding that we are all part of a singular family, then we'll all know that life must be enjoyed by all of us equally as far as possible. When I look at the faces of those who are elderly and the older folks across this region, you see faces of endurance, faces of struggle, faces of commitment, faces of sacrifice. Because in those faces, those characteristics meant survival. All of you, the older folks here, you have endured, you have sacrificed, you have committed yourself. Why? Why did you do all of this? You did this because you want your children and grandchildren to have a better future than you had. You did this because you want to leave a better community when you leave this earthly place. Just like me, we'll all leave it. You want to see your community, your family advance. And when you look at the faces of all the young people here, what do you see? You see faces that are hopeful, faces filled with aspirations, eyes wandering into a world with dreams of being the best they can be. And this is how we must use the revenues that we are blessed with. We must use it to open up the opportunities. We must use it to open up areas that will allow these young faces, the bright faces of tomorrow, to ensure that they are given the best possible platform to achieve what they desire to achieve. Today, I am pleased that over the last few days, I went around many communities, and I had the opportunity to outline a development plan. But more importantly, I had the opportunity to listen and adjust that plan based on your needs, based on your priorities, based on understanding the specific circumstances that your different communities experience. This is how development is. Development must be responsive to the needs and aspirations of the people. Development cannot be top-heavy. It cannot be handed down to you. It has to be built with you so that there is ownership, so that you are part of what we want to achieve, so that you are part of the decision-making, so that you are part of the process of building and bringing prosperity to your families. That is the journey. So today, the world that we live in is a very different world. As we sit here today, many countries don't have food on their shelves. Many countries don't have enough food supply for their population. the world is experiencing its worst ever food crisis. The prices for food is soaring all across the world. This is not what I'm saying, this is a reality. Some describe it as a coming food catastrophe. And what has resulted? What has resulted is that the price for food is rising continuously. Nothing that we have control of. But we live in a global village, we live in a world. And what happens in this world affects us. We did nothing to cause the war in Ukraine. But because of that war, 30% of the world wheat production is no longer there. So the demand cannot be met. And the price for wheat is soaring. You know, wheat affects every single thing. The price for fuel over the last year alone has increased by over 300%. Whilst we face all these challenges, we still have to face a pandemic that is not over as yet. And as if that was not enough, we are faced with climatic conditions that is so varied. Today we are worrying about rainfall here in Guyana, excessive rainfall over the last 2 years. You know it best. You have lost a lot of your crops. But in Europe, they have the worst drought ever. Rivers are drying up. But we can't throw up our hands. These are the circumstances of the world. And we have to manage within this environment. And many countries have responded differently. Some countries retrench workers, send home workers. Some countries are not even paying pensions. Some countries withdraw social programs to help children, women. How did your government respond? In this country, for your communities, not only did we continue to keep those who are employed, but we have brought back the more than 2,000 CSO jobs that was taken away. We did not add a single tax. For a matter of fact, we reversed more than 100 taxes and license fees. Much more important, we remove every single tax on fuel. We increase pension. We return the Because We Care grant. We return the uniform grant. We return the hot meal program grant. We have been giving back even under these circumstances. Because this is what a caring government does. You see, I have a message that is the same for any community I go in. That is why you can go live or dead with me. You know, live when you go up live with the phones. Because my message don't change. And I will listen to your comments and go live with it without cutting it because I want the country to understand your circumstances. So today, we are on this journey. The ministers told you about the number of programs we announced in LATAM to support housing ownership, home ownership, our young people. But as I traveled across this region, I was blessed to see the talent that we have existing in all these communities. And today, I am taking it a step further. We have to recruit hundreds of new nurses, teachers, lab technicians, dental technicians, and community health workers across the country. I am asking now, every single young person here with the qualifications that is required to enter the teachers training program, the nursing program, the community health worker program, or the dental technician program. Once you are ready to enter those programs, you have the qualification, the government will provide all the money to have you trained and have you employed in the system right here in Chennai. Whether it's 100, 200, 300, 400 of you who want to do nursing, come forward. We will take you on that journey of achieving your aspirations of becoming our chief, or whatever you want in these areas. Because these are the areas that are critical for us. These are the areas where we have shortages now. And if you are ready to take up this challenge, your government is ready to work with you in overcoming this challenge that the communities are facing. For the first time, and you know, we must be able also to acknowledge the work that was done previously. The land titling, the initial work that was done in these communities before we got additional revenues was done through hard work, whether from President Sherry Jagan, but a lot of work was also done on the Barjack day when he was president or now vice president. Because successive PPP civic government understood what the development and transformation of our Amerindian communities required. Consistent and dedicated work. Today, we are launching also across this region many initiatives to ensure that you become food secure. And let me tell you, the Two Shows will tell you, after the last National Two Shows Conference meeting, we took 24 hours, documented all the needs and aspirations that all the Two Show raised. And for the first time in the history, in 24 hours, the government announced that outside of all the investment we are making in these communities, we will make available a further $3 billion over the next 3 years to advance the work and development of our Amerindian communities. If this is not responsive, then what else can be responsive? We know at the end of the day that every Guyanese, all of us, we are all blessed with a conscience. And that conscience must always be our guide. That conscience must always lead us to a position in which we use it to make the best possible decision. And the best possible decision that you can make is a decision about the future of your family, the future of your community, the future of these young, bright, beautiful faces that are here today. And that decision must and always be made carefully. And if you examine the facts, you will see that every time an opportunity advanced for these young faces, it was when the PPP Civic was in office. And that's a statement of fact. That's a statement of fact that we can defend and debate anytime. But when you elected us as a government, all those who voted for us, you did not elect us to serve you alone. You elected us to serve all the people of this beautiful country, and that is exactly what we're doing. We are elected by you to lead and to show you an example as to how we must serve all the people of this country, and you must be proud that we are staying true to that mandate. And you must also be proud that because of your conscious decision to support us, you have elected a government that does not govern based on where you're from or how you look or how you support. You elected a government that governs in the interest of the people, for the people, with the people. That is what you wanted when you elected us, and that is what we're delivering. My dear brothers, there is no community across this country that can match sometimes the love and the hospitality of the Amerindian community. Whether you have or you don't have, when you have visitors, you give them of the best you have. I've been able to sit with you in your community kitchen, under the benab, in the hammock, at the fireside. I've sat with families throughout this region. And I've enjoyed sitting with you, eating with you, working with you, because you show true love. Love is not only sharing when you have an abundance. Love is sharing well. I will come to your benab too, don't worry. I have a special hammock coming with. We have to be able to support each other as a community and as a people. I know I promised you I will not speak for long, and I don't intend to speak for long, but I want to announce a few other things. We spoke about young people. Over the last 6 months, we had our ministers in the region coming to all these communities to listen to you and to interact with you, to hear from you what your needs are. And then I said to them, we will respond to those needs. So for example, here in St. Ignatius, we know right here, you want your benab back. We know that you want your benab back. So before, you're transferring it to them, right? So before the end of this week, the first transfer of $5 billion will be made for the commencement of the rebuilding of this benab. And we know that you are very grateful for the 1 kilometer of asphaltic road we have completed. But you know that the bridge, this bridge here, you have a serious difficulty because of the revetment that is needed. And you want the further 1 kilometer of road to be completed. That is from the bridge to Stock Farm. Am I right? Yes. You finished the secondary school. But you want from the bridge to Stock Farm. And you want the revetment. That was a priority. Am I right? Yes. I can't hear you. Am I right? Yes. Now we're cooking with gas. If I decided to give you a hot fire too. So let me say to you that we have already awarded 2 contracts. One, to complete the revetment at $130 million. And secondly, to complete the 2 bridges and start the road at $80 million. That is $210 million of investment to make your life better, to make your life easier. What else are we doing? I know in Mokomoko, the condition of the road is terrible. You don't need to tell me that. I know that right now we have difficulties even in the trail coming in from Georgetown because of the excessive rainfall. And I can tell you today that we have already awarded the first part of that contract from Linen to Mabur Hill. And we have awarded the contract to do all the bridges up to let them in concrete international standard bridges. But that does not fix the immediate problem. So we have instructed that the region, we are going to buy additional equipment, and we're going to get the region to work with the communities to help in the maintenance of this road whilst we're doing major infrastructure work. The Mokomoko Road and the condition of that road requires urgent attention. We have already set aside $80 million. $80 million that will be invested for the Mokomoko Road. We have made a decision that our teachers and our health workers must work in good conditions. And in many of our communities, whether it's Kumu, Quarry, that are here today, we have health workers and teachers who don't have proper accommodation to serve the communities. Am I right? Yes. So we have already said that starting from next month, we are working on a comprehensive program all across this region to ensure that we rehabilitate and build where there is none proper facilities for our teachers and healthcare workers in every single community. Before I said that the communities themselves must be involved in the building of these facilities so that jobs can be created. We must use the local material and the local labor. Over this last 3 days alone, to support the hinterland housing project, we have already commenced negotiations to work with villages across central Rupununi and south. And guess what? We're working with them to support the hinterland housing program by building over 2 million blocks to support the hinterland housing program. That is how you help community economy. That is bringing close to $50 million of business directly to your communities. This is real development. This is not monkey around and gapping. This is about understanding the needs of people and responding to those needs. And this is not based on different, if your community is good in an area, we're going to help you to make it better in that area. That is how we're investing. So, I want you to help people, you know what my friend said? This is a lot of work to try to talk about, but I get enough people to help me. Why do you think all y'all here? Because everybody got to help in this development. You understand? Yes, this is how we must have it. One Diana is about coming together as a family and having fun while we do serious business. Alright? St. Ignatius Community Center. This was another issue that was raised with us. I want to say that we have already decided to make $5 million available to fix the pavilion and the other amenities for the St. Ignatius Community Center. In next year's budget, we are addressing the issue of the school extension at Kumu, and we're going to work with you in Kumu and Quarry to develop your tourism product. What we will do is to have people trained to operate your guest house, train in tourism promotion for these two areas, and we'll bring them under the temporary job program and employ them there so you'll have permanent people assigned to the development of the tourism product in these villages. I spoke about the young people. If you take this away from me now, then I'll speak less. Now, one more thing I want to talk to you about, and that is food security. Food security is urgent and important business. We are working with many communities in Region 9 to enhance your food production system, to build your capacity, to bring the food production system in a more structured way, to do it in a more market-oriented way, to improve the conditions under which we do farming. And many communities across the region are embracing this new push in terms of agricultural expansion and food security. So I have here with me, the minister was supposed to be here, but they're all over the country. But we have a very good man. We have Mr. Ramraj. Stand up, Ramraj. You look a little tired, boy. Like you're traveling, beat you up. Traveling, beat you up a little bit. But anyhow, we are going to work with you community by community, in developing our food production strategy. We're going to support you by investing and training in research and development. We've already made a decision that we're going to hire all the graduates from the University of Guyana in Agriculture and the Guyana School of Agriculture, and we're going to assign them to communities and regions so they can help you in the food production system and developing it in a scientific way, so we can have resilience and sustainability. So my dear and respected fellow Guyanese, today it gives me great joy to be with you in this process of conversation, because now we come to the more important part of why we are here, and that is to listen to you. You've been listening for a number of months. You've heard my response to all you raised. You don't need to raise those things again, because we have to ensure as much people participate as possible, so we don't have to repeat each other. All right? Are we together? Yes. Are we together? Yes. Nice, nice, nice. Y'all eat some good roast today with that answer. All right. So now we'll proceed to the second part of our assignment today, that is listening to you. God bless all of you and continue to be safe. And thank you very much for your time.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the floor is now open to all of you. So, before you're going to present anything, please say your name and where you're from.
I am Emmanuel Ribeiro, St. Ignatius Village. I have listened with rapt attention to all the speeches here. And there are two key words that are ringing in my mind, starting with the regional chairman right down. These key words ring right through all the speeches. And these words are commit and deliver. I remember during the campaign trail, it was said that if the PDP get into office, we are going to hit the ground running. You didn't do that. You hit the ground faster than lightning. I say this because what the previous administration couldn't do in 5 years, you did it in the first 100 days. And now, I want to use the same word, commitment. I want to commit myself now to work with you, because I have seen tremendous progress. One other issue.
Thank you very much.
One other issue is concerning water. Now, we are getting a lot of water through the pipes. But what is bothering me is that when my overhead tank overflows, I notice white streaks coming down, and the water is very salty. I don't know if this water was tested, but if it's not tested, I am requesting that the personnel concerned test this water.
Okay. So we have the personnel right here. So let him tell you exactly what is that substance and whether the water is tested and what are the plans. So,
Okay. Yeah.
My name is Ramchan Jailal. I'm an employee at GWI.
and speak up.
We have 3 wells in St. Ignatius. All the water have been tested, and we continue to test them on a regular basis to ensure it's safe for consumption. You don't have salt in the water. What you have is a slightly hard water, hardness, all the minerals, but it is safe for consumption. Thank you. The water is tested according to WHO standard and is free from coliforms. fecal and total coliforms.
Okay, thank you very much. As long as it's safe, I am happy. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, you see how challenges are different. On the coastline, we have a challenge with red water, too much iron. In St. Ignatius, we have a challenge with white water, too much hardness.
Okay, next. Is there any-
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Joseph Adventurer, resident from St. Ignatius. Sir, as the minister was saying earlier, you're here to fix our problems. Sir, I would want you to fix 3 things for me. 2 personally, and 1 should be beneficial for the country. Sir, the first one, I was a member of the Guided Defense Force, and I was injured on the work, but under the influence of alcohol. And I retired in 2015, and since my retirement, I am without a job. And I went into NIS office to ask for the original medical report, and I have asked GDF to produce that document. And so they never found that document. And I want to know what is really taking place. And so I want to know
What is your name?
Joseph Adventura.
Joseph Adventurer. What is your number?
Phone number?
No, regimental number.
Oh,
Regimental number.
16668.
Hold on.
16668.
So hold for me, please.
You're talking about the next question. Let's hear if I get the solution.
Okay. Sir, I would love that for the extension of my home, sir, as an ex-soldier or sir, because I'm a single person and I need some help from your office, and I would appreciate if that would be approved by your office. Thirdly, sir, it is that we have seen that this country, there are a lot of things that are happening, and it is not good for us. When there are division in our country, where we see hatred, we see racism. Sir, I would love to see that because of you have been that power, that each and every Guyanese to turn to our living God. Because it is only through him, sir, that this nation could prosper. Because without God, we are nothing. We would be facing all crimes and all kind of things in this country. We are just fighting among ourselves instead of fighting of the devil, sir. And I would love that all of us, it doesn't matter what, to turn to God. Because it is only through him, sir, that by seeking his kingdom and his righteousness, and all of these things shall be added unto you. Sir, I would love you to look into that, because we as a nation, we need to develop ourselves. And by putting our trust in God, by obeying him, we will prosper as a nation. Thank you very much, sir.
Is there anyone else?
And I have a staff working right now on the 2 issues you raised, okay? Good, you're ready with the staff. Good.
Good afternoon. honorable ministers, and most of all, His Excellency, our President. At this time, I would like to address one issue which I have requested at the NTC. Luckily for us, Kumu villagers, we held a meeting this morning, and I invited the villagers of Kumu to attend this meeting here with the President. And the main issue that the villagers have talked about is transportation for their children, for our children of Kumu who attend St. Ignatius Secondary School. We have 26 students who ride out every single day when school reopens. So on behalf of them, I am kindly asking that we be provided with the transportation for our children. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Just one thing, clarification. Did you get a new bus recently?
Yes, His Excellency. That is for the village. In Canada, the one bus what we get.
All right. But just for clarification, you got a new bus recently?
Yes.
All right, good. Good afternoon, His Excellency, everybody. Thomas George, Tushao Mokomoko. Mokomoko faces a situation like Kumu, a bigger one though. For the past 16 years, we have been providing bus service for our children. Bus that we bought from presidential grants and other village assets, village money. And we started with one RZ, one minibus. Then the population grew, we went to 2. Now we have 51 students attending the secondary school out here in St. Ignatius. We only have 2 buses that are not new. Ever so often we have to do repairs on them. You know the condition of the road you just said. And we are asking if it's possible that another bus could be given to Mokomoko. Because the 3 minibuses, that would solve that problem easily. Thank you, sir. All right, so we're taking a note. But I love this conversation. You know why? You will know, remember, there was a time when you had no school and children weren't able to go to any school. Today, we are having 50, 60, hundreds of children going to secondary school now from the hinterland. Give yourself a round of applause for that. That is how people understand the investment we have made. Successive civic government paid attention to this, made investment, and we're having the result. Also, you know, in your community, you told Ario, and I'm sure they're doing this, that they support you with the gas every week. You get the gas? 10 gallons of gas every week. So you get that. Very good. So now we're going to take the additional information you give us now on more transportation that is required. Okay? Every week.
Good afternoon, Presidents. Most importantly, His Excellency, Dr. Mohammed Irfaan Ali, Acting Senior Counsel from Quarry Village, right? Martin Anthony. His Excellency, I have some issues in our village concerning, as you are aware, I think our Honorable Minister Paulin Shukai is aware of our village elected senior council, right? And he is not presently in position right now because of his health. And all my villagers are with me here and they knows about it. And recently from NTC, I met with the Honorable, and she asked me to solve this issue at a village level with the council. And on behalf of that, I am presently acting on his behalf, right? And so, Mr. President, I want to compliment your government on behalf of Quarry. For the past 2 years, we have seen transformation in Quarry. For the first time, Quarry received a brand new tractor, right? And my villagers is so happy to receive that machine. And we continue to receive or see more progress in our village. We have seen progress. We received our COVID grant. We made use of it. For the very first time, Quarry Village ever received $5 million as a small satellite village. And some more, we have ICT, which is actually at 85% completed, and it's ongoing. And before the year of October, we should get that building completed, right? So, Mr. President, my request here is that I need to understand our ecotourism pop society inquiry will be launching in at this month coming in for the heritage on the 26th by our Honorable Minister of Tourism. Yes, Onage Waldron. So, Mr. President, we are seeking assistance for this grand launching of our Eco-Coop Society inquiry. I have a letter to drop into our regional executive officer is that we have a piece of road, actually a kilometer, that's to reach to the parking area, and we need that urgently because I think our deadline is up to the 15th.
All right, so let's read that letter and we'll proceed with that.
Good, and I want to add in a next transportation as my colleagues here mentioned. Our school children from Quarry Secondary, we will be having 21 secondary school children coming to St. Ignatius, and for the past school days that they have coming through, they have really struggled through this rainy season because we have a bus, but your government at that time, the PDPC, gave us a minibus 2014, and it's still functioning, not at 100% good. My villagers are requesting that the government of Guyana could give us a school minibus for our children of Quarry so that it could bring a relief to their parents, you know, and I will be pleased with that.
A new bus.
Yes, a new bus.
Here's one for the last 3 governments here. This new government, new bus.
Yeah, new PPC, so new bus, I think. So, I think my villagers are listening carefully. And
all right, good to show. So we got it there.
I think that is it, and I want to thank you so much, Mr. President.
You don't have to thank us. We're here to serve you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, Honorable
Put the mic up, please.
Ministers and also the President. My concern, or one of my issues I'd like to raise, is that I hear every villager asking about their concern with their children going to school and so on. Likewise, in Ignatius village, we have a lot of children going to school, and during the rain season, it's very difficult, or the weather conditions. Some children cannot afford to go to school because they don't have finance to pay a taxi to reach the school. So I'm asking on behalf of the villager, as a concerned parents also, that we can get a bus to transport our children to school, both primary and secondary school. So that is what I'm asking. Thank you.
That is what they call SSTP. Short, sweet, and to the point.
Good afternoon, Honorable Ministers, Your Excellency, President Irfaan, Fabian Benedict, St. Ignatius Villager. As you overheard, that persons requesting for buses to come to St. Ignatius School, 2652 and the certain numbers.
You want a school extension?
Oh, good.
The son development is linked.
So,
We build the capacity for more children to go to secondary school. That requires more transportation to take them, and now it requires a bigger school. All well and good. That is how development should be.
So thank you once again. Another issue is we on the sports, youth and culture. St. Ignatius Club had been representing the region several times in Georgetown, and they had recently concluded RFA Champion League and was the champion for the region. And the facility and the ground is not in a proper condition to accommodate certain sports. So yeah, so year go, year come.
We spoke about that already.
Okay, thank you.
We'll start investment. I said we'll start with $5 million immediately.
Okay, thank you, Mr. President. So good to hear that. You make us feel real good when you hear all these progress going to happen within our community. Thank you once again. I do hope you have an enjoyable day. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everybody. Mr. President and all your ministers, good afternoon. I am Jessica Gomes, a community health worker of St. Ignatius Village. On behalf of all my colleagues of St. Ignatius, 5 of us was newly trained, to attach to the St. Ignatius Health Center, and the others to let them MCH department. Well, right now we are not having any issues because it is a newly built health center, but our issue is transportation. That is the biggest issue for us here at the health center, especially for emergencies.
All right. This is what I'll do. So, from all my visits across the region, we have to address the accommodation for teachers and health workers. Right, Nigel? That is what we heard. From this meeting, it seems as if, because of what we are building, that the new need will be transportation linked, right? And that is a result also of the investment we're making in the roads and so on. So what I'll do, I'll have the team come back with the Ministry of Public Works, Agrarian Affairs, and local government, and they will develop a transportation. They will list all the transportation issues so we can have a transportation action plan that take all of the demands into consideration. Are we fair? Is that fair? Yes. All right, good.
Good afternoon, Your Excellency. I'm Eric Williams, not contender in the ready. But Your Excellency, I want to say thank you. I collected 2 grants. And when I collected that grant, I told the person to tell His Excellency that I say thank you. He said he will come one day, and you're here. So I want to tell you thank you very much. Your Excellency, I heard a number of things was happening here. And I want to tell you, Your Excellency, I normally turn my radio on. You represent one Guyana, and I appreciate that. And your ministers, I totally appreciate that. And I heard also you were in Tapichinga, they got the house grant. The government will give $1 million, and some bank, maybe TBTI or the other bank, will give it the other 2 $1 million. Your Excellency, I'm asking you because God word says, if you don't ask, you can receive. And no will give me. But I'm asking you for the first part, $3 million. I need to build my home. And I heard you said every Chinese must have their own home. And
Not all at the same time, in 3 years ago, you know?
Yeah.
It's absent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? One dotty built down.
Yeah, I know that.
The only problem for 5 years, we had no dotty.
No.
So we got to build back to that.
Right now, we really not that dirty. We are dirty no more. So, I appreciate you, and you remind me of the former president of Guyana, Dr. Cheney Gagan.
Yeah, nice.
And you remind me, you're right here to meet the people, to hear them. I never saw Dr. Cheney Gagan read on paper. He's outspoken. I went to meet him, different the south or north, or the whole region. And I see you, Mr. President, the same way. You're to the people. And I heard, I can't remember which station, he said the afternoon one time, we let it come one time. But it's not for the political ground. But if they want to come, then they come. Because why? You are the president of this country, and you for all Guyanese. You for all Guyanese. Not, he said, Amerindian or whatever race. But you all for Guyanese. And I appreciate that. My father died, I only hope, sorry that he's not here, because he will tell you. But
I don't want him to call me where he is though.
no, I won't tell you where he is. He's gone already. I appreciate you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
I know, I appreciate you. And I like how you operating at the moment with your ministers.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
And
Okay?
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll take just one more.
Good afternoon, Mr. President. My name is Daniel James from St. Ignatius Village. One issue. There is a building, a passport office already built in Latam. Right? I just want to know when we will be able to use it, because that will benefit the entire region. People getting passports.
Okay, don't worry. By the time I go back, next cabinet that rates this issue, I will work to have the passport office operationalized within 1 month. Okay? Thank you. Commander, please send that message one time. The passport office must be operationalized within 1 month. Okay, we have one more person. I know you're here a long time. 2 more person, and then 3 more person. We have 4 person. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 ladies and this gentleman. And then if I don't leave, right, I will stay. But then I don't breach any rules, so they say you can't file tonight. Is it true? So all I gotta do is sleep again. All right, go ahead.
One more night.
Yeah, that's a beautiful song. One more night.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, you go speak. Yeah.
Good afternoon, President, Ministers, and all. Mr. President, I heard a $5 million for our banner.
The start.
Start.
Yes.
So it is here, sir.
The check to
Everything is here. The costing of it will be
12 million.
Yes. But to start.
right. But I just show you one thing.
All right. He's a serious man. I tell him about 5 minutes
But I want to thank my minister too.
Yes.
I want to thank her because Without her, it won't have started.
Next one again. Next one.
Yeah. So I heard about mini boss for the villages. No? I'm begging or asking a 4x4 for the village council. We have no transportation. I use in my vehicle.
Okay. So just pass these over. We want to go out there, right?
I was going to give this one here, but
Okay.
but you already
I already pressed it.
covered it up.
Put that on your pocket back there.
The next thing,
Mr. President, our village is very close to Latem,
Yes.
where we just sell or we could do work. We buy a baku. Now we want a truck.
Yeah, by one out.
Okay.
I wish I had a
So-
president like this.
I know it will happen. I know it will come. So I want to thank you, sir. Thank you.
That's Wilson.
This banner is play cricket. It is play cricket and I see the bus spin bowler.
Good afternoon, Honorable President. My name is Philbert Barker, but it turned to Philbert Parnell from the last two registration. Now, the issue I would like here is to ask you, I went to Georgetown concerning the GF pension. I'm an ex-soldier from Special Forces.
Okay. You're from Special Forces?
Yes, sir.
You gotta do something to it. Maybe you gotta lose weight together. Alright, here. Listen. Go to Mr. Edward Center. Oh, he got? Alright, who's here? Yeah, go to this gentleman here and give him our
That's
information.
one issue, sir. The next issue is, I think, it will be like international something. Now, we having problem here in this river as a fisherman, right? There are several people in my village, St. Ignatius. We do fishing, but we having a problem with the authorities on the water.
Let's discuss that. Go to Riyadh. Let's discuss that. Okay? That is an issue we have to discuss. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you very much.
Good.
You go ahead.
Good afternoon, Mr. President and everybody else. Mr. President, as a mother, if you look around, you see the amount of children we have in St. Ignatius Village. My name is Amanda Campion, and I'm getting straight to the point. I'm kindly asking if you can find or have a park in St. Ignatius for the children. Yes, a children's park, Mr. President. With the number of children in our village, I think that will be beneficial for our children because we don't have any at the moment.
Okay, don't worry. We're going to work on that with you, okay?
Thank you, Mr. President.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Mr. President. My name is Marva Hawksworth. I have two things to say. One is personal and one is for the village.
All right, the personal one?
The personal one you give to the gentleman there.
Excellent. For the village, we have, you talked about working with the schools, the secondary schools and extending the schools. We would like you to look into the hot meal for the primary school. There are too many students. We have a lot of students and no space. So if you can have a look into that as well.
You want to expand the program? That is what it is?
Extension.
Extend the school. So it's not the hot meal. The school needs to be
The
extended.
school as well as the hot meal.
Let it go slow. The problem is what? The hot meal extension, the kitchen extension, or the school extension? Which one? So you want the kitchen to be extended. I want the school to be extended too. Alright. So we'll take note of that, okay? But go to him with your issue.
everyone and to our president.
I would just like to thank our president for being here in our village. This is the first time I've seen a president in my village. And we are happy to see how he's with us, and we understand all his message to us. And we are people here in St. Ignatius always be left out. They will come, the other presidents will come and let them. But it's the first time I see my president that I put X on his on.
I must say that when I was a technician in the Ministry of Finance, I had the pleasure of accompanying one president that I worked with, President Jack. They're right in this scenario. Just to add that. But I thank you so much for your kindness.
Yes, thank you very much.
Good afternoon, Mr. President. My name is Irfaan. We need an extendment for a complete building for the ICT because
Like you have the lawyer behind you there. The lawyer can present the case, you know, see? Alright, but I get it. You want an extension of the act.
no, we need a personal building for the ICT.
Right, so let me tell you what's happening. Between the attendance and Ignatius, we have to find a solution. Because it is not the ICT hub that you really need. What we need is to set up an ICT training center. Because we have a lot of students who are registered on the Gold program from these two communities and who will be registered for the online teachers training program. So we have to build one IT facility to support all of these IT related training. So we have to build it for both areas, alright? So I know what you're talking about. We have to do it. Alright, last person. We had one more part, oh, that was it. That was it? Okay, so the last person is here. In orange. That's orange, right?
Good afternoon to everyone. Just here, we have some students starting out school and we don't have board certificates yet.
Board certificate, how many students?
There's a lot. The whole community, the whole village, the whole Edam. So when you go to select...
No, it can't be the whole village and the whole area.
Well,
You can't figure the thing out. Alright, get the students them. Get all the students who need it, get them to the chairman, and let the chairman work on helping them to get the board certificate.
when you go to the man, here's he can tell you. Say, COVID, because of COVID, a lot of board certificates.
Yeah, that's true. There was a backlog. What I'm saying now, go to him, especially for children going to school. We have to expedite that now. So this is the regional chairman here. You ever went to him? So you never go to the man. How you say you go to the man? Alright, chairman, stand up. Now this is the regional chairman. Give him a round of applause. And I can tell you something. This regional chairman always responds to people's needs. So I'm going to say to you, go to him. He will have it, the forms filled up and send it so we can help to expedite it. Alright? Ladies and gentlemen, I've taken all your notes. With, so ladies and gentlemen, huh? Who? Amen?
I'm here. Good afternoon. I am Emre Transit from Kumu village councillor. Listening to your speech here, it is real. And I am here to see it on behalf of our people.
Hold on, Hold. Are you the last person, alright?
Yes.
I don't want you to go back home in the night, you know. Here.
No.
And I don't want you to use this excuse to stay out late. Go ahead.
His Excellency is just to kind of evaluate because I hear in all the requisition. But just to say yes, it is true that we are in the